Hello friends, welcome. This is the first part of the tutorial series making of a Squid Game jump rope game in Scratch. And we are in the first part here, and in this part we are going to make our sprite jump according to the effect of gravity, and also modify its costumes, and also use our custom backdrop that represents the Squid Game. So without further wasting any time, let's start. First of all, this will be our character which will jump, our cat, favorite cat. And next, let's get a new sprite. So let's click on the choose a sprite, and we are going to represent a ground with this sprite. So I am going to search line line. So let's click this, and this will be our ground. This will act as a ground. Okay, let me put this line here, and let's go to the events menu and drag a when green flag click block. And next, let's go to motions menu and drag go to XY block. And now this line is fixed. Whenever we click on the uh, green button, green flag, this will be fixed in this place. Yeah, this line. If it gets misplaced, then no worries. If you click in the green flag, it will get back in its position. Next, let's modify the color of this line. Okay, let's click in the line, and let's go to the costume tab, and let's click in the arrow button here. And now let's click in this line, and right now it's a red color. Let's fill it with different color. Click in the fill, and I would like a green color, and dark green color, it would be good. Yeah, this much. So I want this kind of color for the ground. And get back to the course, and this is it for our line of the ground. So the sprite name is line. Let's rename it and call it ground. Yeah, ground, ground. Okay, and now let's click in the sprite one, our cat sprite, and let's drag this cat sprite right in this place. Yeah, make sure it is touching the ground like this, or the line sprite like this. And now let's go to the events menu and drag the when green flag click block. And next we do the same thing, go to the motions menu and drag go to XY block. And now if our cat gets misplaced, and if we click in the green flag, it gets back to its position here. And that's it. Next, let's make the cat jump. So to make the cat jump, we need a variable, because we are going to make it jump with effect of gravity. So let's click in the variables menu, and let's make a variable, and I will call it y velocity, velocity, velocity. Click OK, and this y velocity will represent how far the cat can jump, or how upward the cat can jump. And now what do we want is we want a forever loop. So let's go to the control menu and drag a forever loop, and in here we are going to change this y velocity. So let's go to the variable menu and drag a change my variable block inside the forever loop, and select the y velocity, and we are going to change it by -2. So inside this forever loop, the y velocity will continue to change by -2 every time the loop runs. Yeah. And next, let's go to the motions menu and go downwards, and there is change y by 10 block. Let's grab this and drag it below the change y velocity block, and we are going to change the y position of this cat. Yeah, this y position makes it go up and down. So we are going to change this y position by this y velocity variable. So let's go to the variable menu and let's drag the y velocity variable inside this. Change y by y velocity. So every time the loop happens, the y velocity changes by -2, and then it also changes the y position of the cat. So if I put the cat up here, okay, it's not gonna work because we have made it go to x8 and y8. That means in the initial position, so it will go more downwards. Look, if I click on the green flag, goes downward. Yeah, because the gravity is uh, pulling it downward. Okay, after that it's the gravity is pulling, but we want to make it go upward also, and it needs to get stuck in this place because this is the ground. Yeah, it does not want to go below the ground. Gravity is not that strong. Yeah, so let's fix this. So let's go to the control menu again and let's drag an if block inside the forever loop here below the change y by y velocity block, and in here we are going to check if it is touching the ground or not. Yeah, so let's go to the sensing menu and drag a touching mouse pointer block inside the if block and we are going to select ground. Now what happens is while it's changing the y velocity, we are going to check if it is touching the ground or not. If the cat is touching the ground, then the y velocity should be 0, means the gravity should be 0 right around this place. Yeah, so let's go to the variable menu and drag a set my variable block inside the if block, and we are going to change it by select the y velocity and set it to 0. Yeah, and next let's set the position of this cat also when it's touching the ground. So let's go to motions menu, go downwards, and there is a set y value y position here. Yeah, drag it and put it below the set y velocity block, and we are going to set the y position to what's the initial position of the y. It's -109, so we are going to put -109. That's it. Yeah, so if I click on the green flag now, it doesn't go beyond the ground. Yeah, below the ground. And next, now it's time to make it jump. Yeah, so we are going to uh, make it jump when we press the space bar. For that, let's go to control menu again and go to drag an if block again and place it inside the forever loop, and inside here we are going to check if someone is pressing the space key or not. So for that, let's go to sensing menu and drag a when space key pressed block like this, when key space is pressed. And another thing we also want is drag a touching mouse pointer block also, and instead of the mouse pointer we are going to select ground. Yeah, and we are going to make our cat jump when someone presses the space key, and also if it is touching the ground. If it's not touching the ground, we don't want it to jump from the air. Yeah, we just want to make it jump from the ground only. That's why I used two of these blocks. And next, let's go to operator menu and combine these two blocks. So we drag an and operator, and let's place these two blocks inside the and operator like this. Yeah, what does it say? If the space key is pressed and If it is touching the ground, then only we are going to jump. So that's why let's say drag this AND operator inside the if operator like this, if block, and next we are going to make it jump. So to make the cat go jump, we need to give a positive velocity, positive value to this y velocity. So let's go to variable menu and drag set my variable block inside this if block here and select y velocity and change the number by 25. Okay, so set the y velocity to 25. After that it will just go up. So let's see if our cat jumps or not. Click in the green flag and I press the space key and it jumps. If I press in the air, it doesn't jump. Look, yeah, only when it is touching ground it jumps. And let's make the jump a little bit real by changing the costume of the cat. So when it's in the ground, let's set the costume. Let's go to the costumes menu here. We have got two costumes, the costume 1 and the costume 2. So we will set this costume 2 when it's jumping, and when it's in the ground we are going to make it switch to costume 1. So let's go back to code and let's go to the looks menu and drag a switch costume block. First of all, inside this if block where touching the ground is the condition. So if touching the ground, we are going to switch to costume 1. Yeah, and let's drag another switch costume block inside this place. When space key is pressed and if it's in the ground, that means it's jumping. When jumping, we are going to switch the costume to costume 2. Now let's see. Click in the green flag, and if I press in the space bar, yeah, so it looks more alive. Look, yeah. Okay, now let's modify this cat's costume. Yeah, and let's modify its smile also because it's in the Squid game. It's not feeling comfortable. Yeah, let's change its smile too and its costume also. Yeah. So in the Squid game, we see players wear the green type of cloth. Let's modify the costume now. Go to the costumes tab, and first of all, let's modify its smile. So click in the cat here. Not with this. I think I need this. Yeah, reshape tool. Click in the reshape tool, and I would like to reshape the smile of this cat. Let me make it frown like this. No, this one. Okay, does it look like? Yeah, great. Yeah, it looks afraid. And next to the costume to also do the same thing. Click in this smile, and let me make this smile a sad face. Okay, yeah, so it's afraid. Yeah, and let's modify its costume also. So first of all, click the costume 1. So let's modify the color now. Click in the select button or the select arrow, and next let's modify its costume, this one. Let's click in the fill, and let's select green color. I want a dark green color, this much. Yeah, so this will be our green color. And let's modify this hand color also. Click in the fill, and we are going to pick the same color, this one, and this one hand also. Pick the color of this place, and the last one, this foot. Pick the color of this foot. And next let's give it a little bit of a stripe, white stripe. So for that I will click on the brush and select white color from here, and let me give it a little bit of a white paint in its suit like this here also, and in the hand too. Okay, It looks good. Yeah. And for the costume to also do the same thing, click in the costume to, and first of all, let's uh, get the code of the color. Click in the costume one. Let's see what color is this. Click in the shapes select tool and let me know the it's 2558 and brightness 66. 25 58 66. Okay, go to costume 2 and click in the costume, and here it's 25 for color, 25 25 25 20 25, and what is it, 86? I forgot, man. It might be 86. No, 62, I think. I don't know. I know the brightness 66 is the brightness, is 66, and the saturation. Let me see one more time. The saturation, it's 64. Okay, 60. Okay, wow. 64 is the saturation. Okay. Now let's modify this color also. Pick the color from here and the hand. Pick the color from the green one. The last hand. Pick the color from this green place. And let's give it a stripe. Select the brush tool and use the white color and do the similar thing here. Right around this place and in the hand. Okay. And the foot too. Here also. And here also. Okay, that looks good. Okay, this is the modified suit of our cat. And let's see. Go back to codes and let's see how it jumps now. Click in the green flag and up, jump, 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 jump. Good. And the last thing, let's give a backdrop to our this is stage, yeah. So we are going to use a modified backdrop or the backdrop of the Squid game. So you can download it from the internet. I've already downloaded. Let me just click on the upload backdrop, and here I have got the Squid game backdrop and open it. Yeah, and let me make it a little bit bigger. It's a little bit smaller than the stage. First of all, convert this to the vector, and next click in the shapes tool or the select tool, and let's click our photo, and let me drag by holding the shift key so that it won't get smashed, and this much. Yeah, okay, that's our Squid game backdrop. Good. Get back to code. We don't have to do anything. And that's it, guys. This is the part 1 of the Squid game jump rope tutorial. And if you like this video, please don't forget to like, comment and subscribe my channel, and I will see you in the part 2. Sorry. Thank you, guys.